This qualifying recap is brought to you by Smart Sanitizer. Hashtag Think Smart.
Steve-O is still sitting number one. Remember, Brittany's got a pretty good number one qualifier string going. They'd like to keep that going if possible. And Brittany Force goes to the top. 3.675, and how about the speed? 334.98 miles an hour. 295 miles an hour at the 8. That is clipping right along there, Joe.
Out here with David Grubnick. David, you go to the top, number one spot, 334, almost 335, 367. I saw you shake your head. Why is that?
Well, with an 11-car field, I'd rather have the Torrance group keep number one. We were actually shooting for a 68-something just behind them, so we overshot it. But still, there's good cars to come, so, you know, it's out there. That may still get beat, so we'll see how it goes.
Go down there and offer Richard Hogan some advice. Right now, J.R. Todd is qualified 11th. Bob Taska is qualified 7th. Bob Taska had the point lead for a long time during the mid part of the year, and he would very much like to get it back. As we've seen the last couple of weeks, they are so jumbled at the top of the points. Win a race, and you got a good chance of taking the point lead back. Well, that's tomorrow. Right now, it's qualifying. Bob Taska goes 3.870, 334.15 miles an hour, and he takes Ford and Motorcraft to the top. What is it with those Mustangs? 334 miles an hour twice. Joe.
Massive speed, number one, Mike Neff. How'd you do it?
That's a good question. We were struggling here pretty good this weekend. We've been behind. The track's a lot better than we had for it. So loaded it up and got away with it. And it's going to be a good race tomorrow.
Is that going to hold up?
Oh, you never know. No, there's some fast cars here, so you never say that.
So we got a couple of blower cars. Both doing it a different way. One mounted down low and up front. And one mounted right up on top of that big old Noonan Hemi. .575, 248 miles an hour. Justin Bond, and by 1/1000th of a second, Justin Bond goes to the top. Brandon goes 578. They're both over 800 cubic inch big blocks, naturally aspirated. Big old hood scoops, kind of a throwback in pro stock these days. But JR car in the left side, John DeFlorian in the right. Elijah Morton sitting number one at 6.40. That 6.40 ain't got a chance. Look at DeFlorian's car dancing around out there through 300 feet. Car on a good one as well. Wow, 6.27. I knew we were going to see 30s, but whoa. JR car goes 6.273, 223 miles an hour, and he goes to Taska along with Tim Wilkerson. Wearing some special decals down there for Mose Nolan, who is an engine builder for Ford Racing. We're talking about guys like Gurney and Foyt, Ken Miles. Big part of Ford performance for a number of years. .941, 326 miles an hour, and BT3 goes to the top. J.R. Todd with a great run as well for the DHL Yellowfellows. Goes 397 at 321 miles an hour. But Bob Taska looking pretty sporty out there, Joe.
394 here with Mike Neff. You guys have been fighting the past couple of weeks. You really got to make a stand. That's a great way to do it.
Yeah, good conditions here. The track's in great shape. Air is pretty bad, hard to make power, but that's a good start for us.
Trying to solidify his place in the countdown to the championship. Number one qualifier as we stand right now, Justin Ashley at 3.807. Salinas left, Langdon right. First pair I like pairs way better than singles. How about a 3.752, 326 mile an hour shot, and Mike Salinas goes to the top. Sean Langdon goes 385 at 298 miles an hour, but that baby was all scrappers.
In Pro Modified, he is not the points leader right now, and if he wants to get that number 1 back, which is very meaningful to Stevie Fast, he's going to have to win some races. Well, he's got a shot starting right here. Brandon Snyder, similar situation. Looking to put himself on the board. Wheels up, Brandon Snyder. 978.60. Service machine is on a run. 587.7, 245. Brandon Snyder throws one down. Number 1. Final pair. Bill Neary. 111.60 foot. The car started to porpoise. Elijah Morton, though, 6.408, 218. Elijah Morton goes to number 1. You got a new number 1 qualifier. Final car down the racetrack. Takes over number 1. 6.408, 218.76. And the Mountain Motor Pro Stockers putting on a show. Elijah Morton, number 1, 640 with an 8. Mike Bell, number 2, 643.9. J.R. Carr, third, 645.1.
Competition Plus is your go-to source for the latest in drag racing news. For over 20 years, CompetitionPlus.com has provided news you can trust, thoroughly researched and delivered as quick and fast as it can be uploaded. Whether it's nitro or stock, drag radial or pro modified, our writers are trained to bring you the inside story time and time again. We have it all from in-depth news articles to the latest in high-performance products to the scuttlebutt making its way around the pits. Original video content from the stars in drag racing also makes CompetitionPlus.com the ultimate one-stop shop for die-hard drag racing fans. Don't make CompetitionPlus.com your only stop on the information superhighway. Make it your first. For news you can trust and have trusted for 20 years, visit CompetitionPlus.com. Be sure to download our mobile app. It's a free download on the Apple Store and Google Play.